The AFL has once again been on the receiving end of the worst kind of publicity. A media firestorm has erupted over allegations of inappropriate dealings between a prominent 47-year-old player-manager and a 17-year-old girl. Late today, the girl revealed to her 14,000 Twitter followers that she'd been taken into police custody. She was questioned in relation to drug matters and offences under the Surveillance Act, but was released without charge. The AFL says it will leave this episode to be handled by the Players Association, responsible for agents. But is that enough to address the growing drama? Mary Geary reports from Melbourne.
I shouldn't have gone to the hotel room. I'll make that very clear. It's not something that, it's a mistake I made.
It's not as if I made a sex tape or anything. But I do have a video of him on my bed, just in his underwear.
She's concocted a video which does not show me having sex, does not show me partaking in illicit substances.
This is a story about not just a 17-year-old girl and an AFL player agent, but about the relationship between celebrity and responsibility. A scandal spanning several months, with roles played by the AFL, its player association, its agents, traditional and social media.
There's almost a symbiotic relationship going on here between the press, the public, the girl and the football clubs and the individuals involved. It seems the press can't get enough of her and putting her in the headlines. She seems to need the fame.
And I think a lot of people are making headlines out of her, feeling that they can make any kind of comments they want about her, and I think we should all take a big step back.
The story began spiralling through the headlines with the release through social media of nude photos of St Kilda players, including Saints captain Nick Riewoldt. The girl responsible at first said she'd taken the photos herself, admitting later she'd lied, saying it was revenge for her being badly treated by the AFL community after falling pregnant to another player she'd met during a school visit. She said she'd subsequently lost the baby.
Let's really put one thing squarely in the frame. This is a young woman who is vulnerable. Clearly she felt used and abused.
Now the girl has alleged that she's been having a relationship with 47-year-old Ricky Nixon, the well-known player agent representing Nick Riewoldt, amongst others.
How long have you been having a sexual relationship with Ricky then?
Well, the first time I met him, the first time he came to my apartment, nothing happened. I think he was a bit too paranoid. I think he thought I was setting him up, which technically I was. But I'd say for between 3 weeks and a month.
He brought alcohol over?
Yeah, that was I think that was Valentine's Day.
Ricky Nixon has admitted he did act inappropriately in going to her hotel, but said he did so in response to a plea for help, and he denies several allegations.
I did not provide her with alcohol whatsoever.
Did you provide her with any illicit drugs?
Absolutely not.
Did you have sex with her?
I have never had sex with her, and I'll make that very clear.
Did you have any sexual relations in the Bill Clinton sense?
No, I don't. And, John, I'm not here to be interrogated by you.
Well,
I'm not a criminal.
The girl says she's now estranged from her parents. The St Kilda club and subsequently News Limited have paid for the girl's accommodation. She gave a tip-off to News Limited's Herald Sun that Nixon was visiting her, and video purports to show him leaving her hotel, sparking this latest twist in the drama.
Here I am contributing to it, but Warnie's girl's gone back to London. It seems to me that we need some oxygen in this section of the media, and I think the quicker the media moves away from it, the better off this young woman will be.
The editor of the Herald Sun has said News Limited paid for 2 nights' accommodation out of concern for the girl's welfare, and that she's refused their offers to facilitate counselling. Despite calls in some quarters for Nixon to be sacked, the Players Association's Agents Accreditation Board said it will wait till Thursday before deciding on his future, pending investigations.
It's very important that we have due process here, because a number of the allegations that are being made are contested, and the board here is dealing with somebody's right to earn a livelihood, and so it's a very important and very serious matter, and it's only appropriate that the board be provided with significant information before it makes any judgments.
Professor Catharine Lumby has worked with the NRL on its protocols dealing with women and believes that right now rugby league ranks ahead of the AFL on this score.
I would be very disappointed if I thought the NRL would allow this kind of situation to emerge. In fact, I doubt that very much.
Victorian Child Safety Commissioner Geary has been monitoring this story with some dismay and says the football world's priority is not to protect such young women.
In incidents like this, it's very important that the community doesn't join in the way in which those football clubs and boys' clubs protect each other and themselves.
It leads to the question just who is taking responsibility for this 17-year-old. She says she is.
I don't understand how people say I'm vulnerable or that I need help. I do sort of feel like a powerful person right now.
This is a child, a 17-year-old child. I've never met her, but she speaks and is reported to speak in a most immature way, and obviously it would follow that she would act in an immature way. And it behoves us, the adult community, to protect her, not to take advantage of her.
I think it's a question for all of us at how this situation arose, how a young girl who seems to be, in a sense, stateless, belonging to no one, can find herself in the centre of a maelstrom like this, and everybody seems to want to watch, read, tweet and hear about it. We've all got questions to ask about what our role and rule is too.
Mary Guerin reporting from Melbourne.